Sweet. Recording. Welcome to the Team Push, Boom Empire, Hyperdrive, Fit Crew team call. All right, we are going to do some announcements and recognition. So for May, we've got on the board, which means 2 points or maybe 3, just depending on what you've sold. We have Tim Ottaway, Leon Hahn, which is my grandpa, Jackie's my mom. Amber is one of my newer coaches, Carly King, Rachel Stroop, which I freaking butchered her first name on there, and Courtney Johnson. And then if anyone else, if I'm missing you on there, I just didn't have stats. So don't worry, this is not like super official. 4 points, Cassandra Steelman, Jessica Bott, Marie Ottaway, and Elizabeth Dewey. And successful 5, Bailey. Wait, hold on, someone typed in the chat. Oh, Katie has 2. So Katie has 2. Sweet. All right, so we have some recognition. Tomorrow, Jessica, one of my girls, is going to be an emerald. Amber is going to be an emerald. And then Courtney's girl, Carly, is going to be an emerald as well. So congrats to you guys because that is amazing. And then one announcement from me, and then Marie has a couple things to say. We have a Dash to Diamond group going on, which just started today, and I'm running it with some other coaches. So it is a $10 pay-in. You have to be emerald to get into it as of the end of April. So, wait, what? Someone's not muted. I don't know. Hold on a second, guys. Mute all. Sweet. Okay. Anyways, it's a $10 pay-in. So if you want the link to the group, just ask your coach and they'll give it to you if they don't have it. So I think just Courtney doesn't have it. If you guys want to get into it, you guys can join. It ends the 30th of this month. And you have to be diamond by 5/28 to qualify to split the pot. And I think the pot's at like $60 now. And I know there's like more people joining. So this week is kind of just like today's post and tomorrow's kind of just like warming up to the group and introducing yourself so you're not missing out on much if you want to join in. So that's my only announcement. And then I'll introduce Allison as soon as Marie goes because I know she has a couple things to say. Go ahead, Marie. I don't know where you are.
I'm right here. Hey, guys. So real quick, those of you guys that are coming to Summit, we have a group that is, I think it says like Summit Experience. And just make sure that you're uploading your T-shirt size. We put a PDF in there, so make sure you upload your T-shirt size. We've also, our upline rented out a like whole restaurant or whatever, and we're going to be doing a taco bar and 2 free drinks that night. So make sure that you buy your ticket for that. I feel like it's around like $30 or whatever, but that gives you your dinner, and it's going to be super fun to meet other coaches and connect with other people. Lastly, I was going to tell you guys that Bailey has done a really good job at this in her team push. And then in Fit Crew also, I believe, has this, if not, excuse me for saying it, but I know they have a whole nother training system. And then in Boom Empire Fit Crew Coaches, if you go to the tab at the top where it says learning, there's tons of units. And it's the unsexy of this business that we always talk about. So make sure that you are doing the unsexy, the foundation for your business, the learning part. And you're going through those assignments because that part is really going to help you move your business forward, because I told my coaches and a lot of people today that you can have the best post in the world, the best filter, and the best content. But if you're not inviting, sometimes you might be on the struggle bus. So I think we have the sexy down, but let's go over to the unsexy for a little bit and maybe lay a little bit of that foundation, even if it's 10 minutes a day. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know and I will point you in the right direction. So, and thank you, Bailey and Courtney, for letting us team up with you guys, because you guys are killing it and it feels awesome to be close to the fire with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So yeah, that summit thing was really just for like, I mean, Courtney's team could do it too, but that's for my girls on here and then Marie's and Carrie's. So.
And Courtney, how many girls do you have going to Summit? Do you know so far?
There's 5 of us going.
Yeah, and I definitely, if you would like to come to our event, you can come to that too. So just shoot me over a message. And you guys have been great letting us kind of jump on your bandwagon. So if you would like to be on our team shirt, I'm putting our different team names on it. So if you would like to merge with us on that, I would love to have you and your girls.
Aw, thank you.
Definitely.
Also need a doc. So if people don't have the doc for that, for the shirts, and it's posted literally everywhere, we have a summit group called Indie 2019 Boom Experience or something. So if you're not in that, make sure you're in there. Anyways, okay, so we have Allison on the call.
Everything.
Sorry for taking up your time, Allison. We're just really so spaced out here. So we have Allison. She's going to be talking about vision for your business tonight. And she is a lifetime 1-star diamond, and she has been a coach for 4 years. And she was like, my only stat is 1-star diamond. And I was like, girl, you're such a badass. Like, I'm sure she has so much other stuff. So if you want to take over the mic, you can kind of like introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you're just not a 1-star diamond. Anyways, thank you for hopping on, guys. And here's Allison.
Okay, so like Bailey said, I've been a coach for 4 years, but I was kind of one of those coaches that had like a different start date and a different enrollment date. So I actually signed up to be a coach in 2013, and I had no clue that there was like a coaching opportunity. Like I kind of got tricked into signing up as a challenger and a coach at the same time. So I didn't really start my coaching journey until 4 years ago. And I'm one of those people that's been kind of like a slow, steady builder. Like I haven't like raced to the top real quickly, but it's been like slow and steady and consistent. So outside of Beachbody though, I'm a wife and a dog mom, and I'm really hoping that they're all going to be quiet tonight. I usually like just give a little warning. We have 3 dogs, so our house is a little bit crazy. The biggest thing like in our lives right now is that we are moving from Wisconsin to Colorado. So I'm going to kind of tie that into my vision because I think it's important. So yeah, that's really it. That's all there is to know about me. Before I like get into all of my tips, I want to let you guys know that vision can change. So where you are right now is probably different than where you were when you first became a coach, and where you're going to be in a year or 2 years from now, it's going to be different even then. So it's okay to not have like I don't want to say like a strong developed vision, but it's okay that it keeps changing and you keep modifying it, because you're going to keep changing and your journey is going to keep changing. Also, if you see me looking away, it's because I have notes. Otherwise, I will be all over the place and just ramble. So I'm just going to try to stay on track so I don't take up too much of your time. So I also want to let you guys know, like, vision develops over time, kind of like how it can change. Like, you can keep building on your vision over and over and over. And just like, it doesn't have to be something that you know right off the bat. So I just want to like kind of like preface my tips with that, I guess. And I also want to let you guys know that you can have visions for multiple different areas of your life. It doesn't have to be just a vision for coaching. And I would actually encourage you guys to have different visions, like have different visions for how you want your relationships to be, how you want to live your life, how you want your finances to be. It can go like, they can all be separate, but tied together at the same time. So a lot of times, like, I feel like when I have new coaches come on, they're like, well, I don't like know why I have to have a vision. And I want to like just stress that it's so, so, so important. Like, I swear sometimes I just want to shake my new coaches when they're like, why do I need that? I'm like, because that is like going to fuel your whole business. Like, yes, we want to help people. Yes, we want to change people's lives, but there are going to be days where this business sucks. Like, sorry if there's new coaches. I don't want to scare anybody away, but there are going to be hard days in this business, and you have to have that vision to keep you going. There's also going to be days where you just don't freaking feel like doing it. And I think we've all had those days, like you're tired, you're crabby, you just don't want to talk to people. And this business can be exhausting if we're not like pouring into ourselves. So I think having a strong vision, like that's kind of why you need it, because it's not like all rainbows and butterflies all the time. But if you can hang on to that vision, and if you can like just grab it and go with it, like that should be enough to power you through those crappy times and get you to the times that are awesome and rewarding and fulfilling. So I also think that it's important because aside from like having the hard times in the business, I'm pretty sure we've all been through this, but there are times where you are going to be tested. And I don't like to talk about like religion. So if you're not like a God person, like think of it as the universe. Like I swear every single time I go for a big goal, the universe is like, oh, but wait, I'm going to throw this at you. And I feel like we've all probably experienced that. And it's sometimes really hard to come back when you're like, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Why do these things like need to be going on in my life when I'm trying to hustle and do all these big things? So having that to get you through the testing, I think is important too. So I hope that makes sense. I know I'm talking really fast. Does anybody have questions so far? Or am I good to keep going? Good? Okay. So something that something I've done like with my new coaches, like the best way to actually develop your vision is through a series of questions. And I can't really take all the credit for this because I worked with Josh Coates and he helped me really like develop my vision. And it was through a series of questions. So I'm going to kind of read those off to you and then give you like an example of how like what I mean by it. And I can always like shoot these questions over to Bailey, so you don't have to worry about writing them down right away. So the first question, I think this one is like the most powerful. It's what ticks you off in life right now? Like there is something, like I can guarantee it for almost anybody, there's something that you probably are not happy with. If you're working, maybe you're not happy in your job. Maybe you're not happy with how much you're away from home. Maybe you're not spending time with kids. Not obviously a mom yet, but I hate that my husband's away from home all the time. The first time I spoke on this topic, I was commuting back and forth 2 hours a day. I no longer do that. But think about those things that you're just like, man, this sucks. Like living paycheck to paycheck, not making as much finances, not being able to travel. Like think about the pain points. I know they're not fun to talk about, but it can help you develop a vision by kind of like reverse engineering it. Okay, so next question is, what do you want more of? For me, my husband and I are really passionate about traveling. So even though we travel a lot for Beachbody, we're not taking like the huge, big bucket list trips that we want to. So that's something that like really fuels me right now. So it could be finances. And I know I like to like preface this question because I think society and family and people in general tell us that it's not okay to want more money. But I think it is okay to want more money because that money that you earn will allow you to do more things that you love and will allow you to be the person that you're meant to be. So I always think about it from that. Like for me, it's like a freedom thing. So if you're like weird about money or if you have those limiting beliefs about money, think about it that way and let that fuel you. I also just want to tell you guys, it's okay to go after that. Like, I think sometimes we think that it's not okay to dream big because people shoot us down. Like as coaches, we're not normal. Like we don't do normal things. Like some of us wake up super early in the morning. We work out on vacation. We meet strangers all the time without ever knowing them. Like that's not what normal people do. And people don't expect people to have big dreams. Like it's not something that is the societal norm. So just know it is okay to go for those things. Like if you need permission, here it is. Give yourself permission and be like, all right, I'm going for it. It doesn't matter what people say. All right, let me grab a quick drink. Okay, next question is, how do you actually want to live? So this kind of ties into like what ticks you off, but what does your life look like? Like if you could wake up every single day and live the life that you wanted to live, what would it look like? So for example, even though I work from home full time, my husband goes to work at 5 a.m. and he has an hour commute, which means we're waking up at 4 a.m. That is not how I want to live my life, especially when kids come into the picture. Like I do not want to drag my butt out of bed at 4 a.m. because it's not a fun party at 4 a.m. Like just think about those things, or like, do you want to wake up at a certain time during the day? Do you want to be able to travel a certain number of times? How much money do you want in savings? Like, do you want to be able to buy a house? Do you want to be able to have like a college account for your kids? Think about the things that you're missing right now and what you want more of. What's important to you guys? This one always gets people because sometimes we don't think of this. Like, I don't even know how to ask you guys differently than by sharing, like, other than sharing a personal example, but think of like what you would do if you had endless amounts of money and endless amounts of time. Like, what would you want to be known for? Like for us, we are really, really passionate about animals and like ocean conservation. And we would love to just take a volunteer trip, not worry about the finances, and be able to do something like that. I'm really passionate about the homeless community. I don't know why, they like hurt my heart. So I would love to be able to give to them and give to different foundations that I like, that tug on my heartstrings. So think about things like that that are kind of outside of the box that you're like, wow, I really just wish I could do this. What sets your soul on fire? That's the last question I have for you. Like, what actually like brings you joy? I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in like the busyness of this business that we like forget. Like, we're taking care of ourselves by working out and eating healthy and drinking our shake, but we forget to actually do things that bring us joy. Maybe not, but I've had that before. And I'm like, man, like, what do I actually, like, what's my hobby? What do I want to do more of? One thing that I like to use as an example is I really want to learn the piano. I'm 28 years old, don't know how to play, but it's something that I want to do and I didn't have time for or the finances for before. So things like that, like, think about what would actually like just make you like swoon and be like, oh, I just like feel so good doing this. So those are the questions to get you your how. So I'm going to go into the grow it if nobody has anything to add. No questions yet? Okay. So another thing, like, I think this is probably like the most important thing, because you can have vision, but if you like tuck it in a corner and you don't do anything with it, it's going to be useless to you. Like, it's not going to matter whether you have it or not if you're not actively engaging in it. And so the easiest way, there's obviously multiple different ways to do this, but I think that the easiest way is to create a vision board. And I have all mine sitting here. I pulled them off the wall in case you guys wanted to see them, but I am not like that creative person that's like, I'm going to flip through magazines and cut out pictures and glue them to a bulletin board. I just go into Canva, I take pictures of everything I want, and I slap them on a vision board. And that vision board for me, I look at it every single morning, but it's also like plastered around my house. Like, I have it on the wall behind me, that wall next to me. It was on my, we're currently living with my parents. So when we sold our house to be able to move out of state, I had it everywhere. I had it on the bathroom wall. I had it on the refrigerator, like basically anywhere that I knew I was going to see it. I've heard people putting it in closets, like every time you open a door and that vision board is there. Anything to keep your mind like actively on it, I think is a really good thing. Another way to like engage in it is to have your background as something that, like the background on your phone or your computer, as something that you really want. So something that my husband and I really want to do is go to Thailand for our honeymoon. We never actually took a honeymoon when we got married. So I have the background on my phone is a picture of an elephant because we want to go to the elephant sanctuary. And every time I open my phone, even if I'm not like thinking about my vision in that moment, it's just a good reminder of, okay, this is like why I'm working so hard and this is what I'm working towards. Another example is to actually like write out your in a while. I did it when I was working with Josh Coates. He had you like write out this whole statement, and I had it like pretty much memorized. I think I'm going to go back to it because I think it was really helpful. But write out exactly what you want your life to look like. Like, use those questions and write out like a little narrative, and then start living that narrative in your head. Like, the more vivid and the more clear you can be on your vision, the better it's going to be, because you start attracting the things that you think about. Also, the last time I spoke on vision, I gave this example. I was like, oh crap, I need to go change all my passwords because I basically told everyone what it was. But how many times do you guys type in a password every single day? Like, it's got to be at least 10 times. Like, if you have multiple business centers, you're doing it at least 2 or 3 times. If you're logging into your coach office, you're doing it at least 1 time. So pick a goal that ties into your vision and make it your password. That's just another way. But I know people have done them like different ways. Like, you don't have to make a vision board, but I think it's the best way to get clear. And if you're a visual person, I think that would really help. But the coach that I work really closely with, she for example, she is a police wife, and she's like, every time my husband walks out the door, that's when I think about my vision. Like, it's a trigger for her. So if you guys have triggers in your life that are causing you like pain or anxiety or things that you just don't like, that's a really good time to hone in on your vision. I'm also like a really huge advocate of affirmations, and I know it's like easy to say them, but if you can start tying your vision into them, it'll get you a lot further than just saying, oh, I'm a 5-star diamond coach, or I'm a 10-star diamond coach. Like, say why you want it and say what it means to you. Like, for me, us getting our team to, I don't know, even like 5-star diamonds, we'd be able to move comfortably, and I'd probably be able to retire my husband, or he could do whatever the heck he wants. I don't even care what he does. I just don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. anymore. Like, that's what that means to me. That's a big goal for us because of like what it means in my life. So those are my tips to grow it. I have a couple more things I want to say about it that I think are important to remember. Anyone have questions so far? And see that the chat is going crazy. Okay. All right. So one thing that I think is really important about your vision is that you have to remember that it is your vision. Like, nobody else gets to tell you what your vision is. Nobody else gets to tell you what you can and cannot achieve. Like, if you're basing your vision on what somebody else wants for you, you're not going to work for it. You're not going to like hustle for it because it's not important. Like, it has to be deep down important to you, and it has to mean something. Like, it just can't come from somebody else because it's not going to be worth it at that point. I'm just looking at my notes. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. I think like a good example of this, like, I like to use this example because we're still currently dealing with this example, but like, how many people have parents that say you have to go to college and get a degree, and then they don't use their degree, and then they're still paying on debt? Like, my husband and I are both still paying on student debt. And it's like, we only did that because we were kind of forced into going to college. Like, that wasn't our vision for ourselves. And now it's like, our vision is different, and everybody thinks it's a big joke, but who cares? Because it doesn't have to matter to them. It matters to us, and that's all that counts. The last thing, like, you have to really protect your vision. Like, I've gotten to a point where I'm really good at saying no to things that don't agree to my vision, but I know it can be very difficult. Like, think of your vision as like a little baby that you are solely responsible for. You have to protect. Like, you don't want to let anyone else take care of that baby because it's your baby. You need to protect it like with everything that you have, because it's really easy for people to pull us in different directions, and it's really easy for us to get distracted by things that other people want us to do or other people want for our lives. Family members are a really good example of that. So you have to like learn how to say no to things that don't align to your vision. So if you are one of those people that you're like, I don't know, like, if you're one of those people that has a hard time saying no, or you say yes really quickly, take a moment and just be like, does this align with my vision? If it does, then okay, I'm okay doing this. Or if it doesn't, then sorry, doesn't align, not doing it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have. I know that was really fast, but I hope that covered things, and I hope that made sense to everyone and wasn't too quick.
That was so good. I just was like trying to transfer my vision board over to my phone so I could set it as my background.
Oh, you're so cute. I have all mine like sitting here, but like, I mean, they're always like on my wall. Like, one thing I forgot to say was I make different vision boards for different areas of our life. Like, I have a vision board for this year. I have a vision board for like all of my crazy, ridiculous dreams that who knows if they'll ever happen. We have a vision board for where we want to travel, and we have a vision board for what we want our house to be like in Colorado. Like, I have multiple different vision boards for all those things, but working in this business and like hustling ties them all together and allows all of them to happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the house thing. Like, I think we should all make vision boards with like our dream house and like all our furniture and like what it looks like. Yeah, it makes me so happy. I love it.
You did that. There's like 8 pictures of like a home gym on there. But
although I do have my like dream Pinterest home board, so I'm sure all of you have something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me excited thinking about it, though. If anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself or type in the chat if you're too shy to talk. So I know we got some shy women on here. Yeah, I told them to type in the chat, like, what they want long-term for their business and vision.
That's awesome.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, what tips could you offer for, I guess, people when you kind of like go really hard and then you start to feel like you're in a slump? Just like, kind of like, what is your process? I know you have like your vision board and your vision, but what are some things that you personally do when you just kind of feel like, I don't feel like doing it today, but you still do it, but you don't really do it wholeheartedly? Like, what's kind of your process? Like, what do you personally do?
Okay, so that's a good question because like I forgot to mention at the beginning that we moved in with my parents. So for me, that is a huge driver. So I've been in that place where I'm like in a funk and I don't want to talk to people. It usually comes like after we travel and I like don't take enough time for myself, and it just happened like a couple weeks ago. But I have to like get real with myself and be like, okay, like nobody else, I mean, in my example, nobody else is going to get us out of this basement because our current salary is not, we obviously wouldn't be in this basement if our current salary would allow us to not be. So I like think about that. Like it's the pain points for me that really get me. I barely see my husband. Like we see each other for maybe 2 hours a day. Otherwise it's like in passing in the morning. And it's just like, it's frustrating to me. And that's not the life that I want to live. So I really just think about it and I like tend to get emotional about it because it is something that like matters so much. And even if you don't have like that strong vision or strong why, it can be little stuff. Like I know this is the example that I always use because the last time I spoke on this call, people were asking me like what some of my big dreams were and what some of my small dreams were. And one of like my big dreams is to own a Range Rover. I don't know why. I'm not even a car person, but for some reason, there's a specific car like that I want. So I just like, I picture that like sitting like, I use a very vivid example. Like I can picture myself in our Colorado house, looking out at the mountains, sitting on the balcony that's off our bedroom, and I see my white Range Rover sitting in the driveway. Like the more detail oriented you can be about it, I think that would help. Another one that's like been kind of getting me is like, I don't know if there's a lot of coaches on here that are pushing for elite. So I like have always had the goal of elite, but I've never achieved it, obviously. And I think it was because my vision wasn't as strong. So I tied that to something else. Like I tied it to our trip to Thailand. I said, okay, I'm going to get that elite call when we're in Thailand, sitting in this stupid bungalow and the breeze is going to be blowing and it's going to smell like salt water. And it like the more emotional you can get, that I think that's my best tip. I don't know if I really answered your question or not. Did that help?
No, you did. Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, I will say too that I fired myself up today, like, because I was like, okay, I haven't talked on vision in a while. So I'm just going to go back and listen to the last call I did on it. And I was like, oh, my vision like slipped a little bit. I got to get back on track. So the things that like make you feel good, listen to that. Like if you're doing like business personal development and it's not helping you mentally, it's not helping you like get in the groove, do something that just makes you feel good. Like I'm a big advocate for that. I do a lot of like personal feel good personal development, not a lot of business personal development, because that's what makes me feel good and it's what puts me in a good mood. Okay. Any other questions?
Anybody else?
Allison, I've asked a few different coaches this, and I have found that the response to it has given a lot of our new coaches hope. Can you tell us about a time in your business where like your soul was crushed a little bit and then you picked yourself back up and powered through?
Yeah, I will tell you about that time because I remember it so clearly. It was actually when I was pushing for 1 star. It was like we missed a requirement. Like I had all of the coaches in place. I had my diamond in place. They had their emeralds in place, and I missed the PV requirement on one of the accounts. So I stayed up until midnight that night before, like it was a Wednesday night, and like I didn't reach my goal when I wanted to, so it kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And that was kind of discouraging, but I was like, okay, I just got to do this. Everything is here. And I woke up the next morning and I was still not a one-star diamond coach because the PV was not correct. Like it was just overlooked by me. It was overlooked by my upline, and I was crushed. Like I was so crushed. Like I'm pretty sure I had a meltdown because I woke my husband up at midnight. I was like, babe, I did it. Like I'm going to be 1-star tomorrow. Like I was so sure of it, and it didn't happen. Like that was the most soul crushing for me because I thought I was like, it just seemed like such a thing. But I had to talk to my coach about it. I had to talk to my husband about it. And I kind of took that day and I was like, I'm allowed to be pissed off today. Sorry about the swear words. I'm allowed to be ticked off today because that sucks. So I think like being able to be okay with that, like give yourself grace when something happens like that. And then the next day you're like, okay, how can I fix this? It happens a lot, like with our new coaches too, like if they don't hit Success Club, okay, be upset about it for a day, but then you need to get back on track because the more you stay in that, like it wouldn't have done me any good if I stayed in that place of being emotional and being upset, but I had it was 7 days later that I hit it, so it was okay. So I think that's it.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Do you, one more question, do you have any advice for coaches who are struggling with maybe they're avoiding invites because of like fear of rejection or mostly that, you know how it goes, right? Like
sure.
Not wanting to get in there, not wanting someone to say something that will hurt their feels. How do you handle that yourself?
So for me personally, like, I think we've all been in a place where we're like, oh, I don't want to like invite this person, or I'm afraid to invite this person. And I think just for me, it was hearing Kate Schultes say something. She spoke on like one of our team calls, and she's like, people are coming to your page and your page is a storefront. Like if you walk into a store, somebody is going to greet you and ask how they can help you. And I think just like making that mental shift, like I was like, oh, like it doesn't matter that they're like, I don't have a super great relationship with them. They're following me. They're watching my stories every day. They're liking my posts every day. They get an invite. Like I just kind of like made that shift because it doesn't matter like what they say to you. It's not your job for them to say yes or no. It's your job to find out if you can help them, and you don't know if you can help them if you don't ask. And if you want to tie that into vision, like you don't know who else has a vision that you could help. Like you don't know who has something going on in their life that this could actually change it for them.
You are wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Didn't Kate say that in that Super Weekend video pretty much? Like instead of, well, I guess not the storefront, but she basically said, and I see some people are struggling with invites over here in the chat because they're afraid to get a no. Like, imagine going and making a Facebook post saying like, hey, come to my party. It's on Friday at 5 p.m. Like, hope to see you there. That's not going to feel as good as like you actually getting in their inbox and inviting them and saying like, hey, we have a party with tons of alcohol and tons of free food. And like, it's at 5 p.m. I want you to come. Like, I want you there. Let me know if you're going to come. Like, here's the address. Like, which party would you go to? Would you go to the one that you saw a Facebook post for because it was like just 5 p.m. at this address, meet you there, or like the actual message someone sent you? So just know, like, people actually appreciate you messaging them, and maybe you're not like comfortable using a script, or maybe you're like, I don't know, you think they're going to say no. Like, you can't go into the conversation with the mindset of like, they're going to say no, like I'm going to be rejected. So that's your first problem, is like, don't think that. And then your second problem is probably maybe your invite is not something you would send. Like, make it to where you feel comfortable sending it. And that might help you a little bit, Miriam, because I see she's putting that over in the chat. So, you know, and you're a new coach, so I just wanted to throw it out there because, I mean, she's like a discount coach, and she's been inviting and stuff. So, just know, like, everyone gets no's. I get no's daily. like millions of them. So yeah, you're gonna get people that say no because maybe it just doesn't float their boat. So don't be down on yourself about it. Anyways, does anyone have any other questions? If not, we're gonna hop off this team call. No.
I do want to. I have a question, but can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
About the like no thing. So this resonated with me this morning. I was listening to. I love Grant Cardone. He's like my person, and he was talking about how if someone's not interested, it's still an interest. They're just not interested right now. It's a level of interest. It's just not right now. So don't like write them off. Like they replied to you like with that. Well, I'm just not interested, but they're still there. So just keep going back to them and following up with them because they're at least engaging with you. He's like literally interested in the not interested that they're telling you. So that like struck a chord with me this morning.
One thing.
Oh, go ahead. Whoever's talking.
I was just going to say. Oh. Another thing that helped, something that Kate said, she was like, I don't know who's going to say yes. I don't know who's going to say no. I don't know who's going to blow me off, but it's kind of a fun game to find out. And I was like, it kind of is a fun game to find out. Like, if you can find the fun in it and, like, go into it, like, if you're having fear of that, just be like, I have a gift to offer, and then send invites. Like, change your mindset before you go into it, like Bailey said, but do it like right away. If you have to say it out loud, say it out loud. Like, this is a blessing. I can help somebody. I have a gift to offer. One of my favorites is I have value to offer, and I attract people that value my business. That helps. So I don't know if that'll help you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I think that does. It's amazing. I still see the chat blowing up over here.
Uh-huh.
If anyone wants to stay on and like talk to me or Courtney or Carrie or Marie, we'll probably stay on and help anyone that needs anything for a couple minutes. So thank you so much, Allison. We're going to take a picture real quick. So, or a boomerang, just do whatever, you know. 3, 2, 1. Sweet. Oh, Craig threw up that heart. That's so funny. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And thank you, Allison. We really appreciate you coming and speaking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If anyone's part of the Fit Crew and wants to switch over to our Fit Crew Coach Zoom link so I can ask you 3 questions, we're going to hop over there and make it snappy because I got Chick-fil-A to eat. Bye.
Bye. What are the 3 questions?
Okay. I'm on the 3-day refresh. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Bailey, do you want a donut?
Dude, I just ate my last meal and drank my freaking liquid, and tomorrow I'm going to shove my face in a fat bowl of oatmeal, chocolate chips, and peanut butter, and die.
So what is your take on the 3-day refresh? Like, honestly, have you been doing
I have not had any cravings except for, like, today. I'm, like, thinking about tomorrow. And it's
really
made me feel like really good. Honestly, I haven't been bloated except today was the only day I've been super bloated because of all the fiber. It all hit me. Other than that,
like tomorrow. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Other than that, I think I'll do it like every month, once a month at least. Like next month, I'm gonna be getting back from Oregon, and I need to do it. Like especially after drinking alcohol. So if you're like feeling shitty from eating bad, or you're like, yeah, you should do it. You really just you have to have like that self-discipline, or else you cannot do it. Unless you have other people doing it with you. Because I had 2 other coaches doing it with me, and that's the only thing that's helped me. Because I'm the type of like person to go binge eat. So, yeah. Anyways.
Next time, Bailey. I would love a partner.
Yeah, we're doing our next one June 11th through the 14th. So. Colton said, no, he's not. No, I'm not.
No, no.
I'll do it with you. I want to do it.
I'm going to make Colton do it.
So, I'm going to try to do it.
Like a couple's 3-day refresh. It's a couple's 3-day refresh, y'all. Thank you. That's great.
Lauren, are you doing it right now?
No, I have it, and I'm afraid. I know if I open the box, it means I have to read it and I have to do it. So it's sitting on my desk. It's like I have it.
Yeah.
What is so wrong with that one?
But I'm not gonna. like.
I have to take a day to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Plan. I have to
people
go
just
shopping.
aren't cut out for it. Like, I literally did it for 2 days, and I just don't think, I mean, I've been a coach for, 5 years, and I'm just, like, metabolically not programmed to do the 3-day refresh.
Yeah, I
Anyone
can't believe
else
I actually did it.
on that?
Stop.
I was, like, literally suffering. I don't know. I was, like, shaky. I almost passed out. Freaking over dramatic. So I don't know what.
I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be like, it's just you, Marie. I don't know what's wrong with you. It's perfect.
Can't stop eating.
Have an awesome metabolism, and you just need a higher calorie than that.
So I have a training to do in about 5 minutes. Did anybody have a question or anything? I think I'm gonna exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on over to the Fit Crew thing, but if anyone is not in the Diamond group, you guys can get in. You don't have to pay the $10, but if you stop, don't say
If
that.
you want to win the pot, though, make sure you do.
Yeah, if you want to
Katie wants
win,
it.
get the pot.
Give me the link.
What? Yeah,
Here,
I'll send
Katie's-
it right
And
Okay.
Bailey, make sure that all your girls get on there for the t-shirt size. If you're not in my direct downline, you
now. They
have to
already
pay for your
did. The only ones coming to Summit already did.
only like $10. What?
I only have 2 people or 3 people coming to Summit, so.
And then Courtney has 5, and then Courtney, just if I don't, I'll send it to you right now. If you guys want to come to our big party, we rented out that
Okay.
restaurant, all that stuff. You guys would love it. You want to come? I'll send it to you.
We are a unit. So
You what?
we're like our own unit. So,
You guys can come.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bailey, what Diamond Groups, what's the date?
Starts today and ends the 28th. So it ends the 30th, but I think you have to be Diamond in your back office by the 30th because that's a Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not going to that party. I didn't get tickets, and I told my girls not to because we're just going to go out and do something because I don't want to spend.
Well, if you were going, I would go because, I mean, obviously, I'd want to be with you. Like, we would, like, if you were going.
I don't think she knows that I'm not going.
Oh, okay. I won't tell. Tell me about the shirts, though, because we want to do, I was talking to Emma, like, we want to do shirts, like, for
So
us.
I
but,
don't
like,
know. I think she's doing a shirt with everyone's team names on it, like Team Push, Team Boom, Fit Crew. It's not actually like separate team shirts. That's why I'm like,
right, like, collage kind of thing.
I guess, because I was like, I got tanks for my girls. Like this girl customized them, and like you could just go to her Etsy and buy them, you know.
Yeah.
And then Marie was like, no, I'm already making team tanks, and I was like, but yours have fucking everyone's team names on them. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be cute to have them like for like the year, just get the year or something on it with like to know that we're all like we'd be on the same shirt, you know, like both of our teams would be on there.
Yeah, I just thought my girls. So like so Marie's doing the shirts. Carrie, my coach, is doing fanny packs like with our team names on them, or something stupid.
They're gonna be like, oh my God.
And then she was like, Bailey, you need to do like matching socks, and I was like, that's gay. No thanks. So I don't know. I just got like my girls custom decals, and then I'm gonna make them like a gift bag. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like matching headbands because I'd rather wear a headband than fucking matching socks like retards.
That's a cute idea.
Like no thanks, socks.
Do y'all like that? Do you like the matching socks? Not matching socks.
Yeah, like we could even do matching headbands. I don't know what workouts you guys picked, but we could do matching headbands or something.
I think everyone except for me is with Autumn.
I'm with Jericho.
You're with Jericho too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was so
So-
confused because it sold out, but like some of us earned that. Like, does that
Oh
make
no, it's a different one. Different one. Jericho, there's an exclusive one, which I didn't earn.
Oh, I didn't know there was a different one.
Mm-hmm. The morning.
I was like,
what'd
wait, so I'm what?
What did you choose as your morning workout then?
Jericho, I didn't know.
You got both. You got both Jericho then.
I guess.
That's awesome. So
Which-
Kenna, what did you choose?
That kind of sucks though because
I did Joel because I like opened the email and then got busy at work, and by the time I got back on.
That's okay. So you did Joel, and then
I'm excited because I love Joel. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad now. I just thought like it only showed up on ours. Like the people that qualified for it got to pick Jericho, and I was like so confused.
So she's a morning one, and then I didn't earn the exclusive, but that's not fair. I want to go. But yeah,
Maybe I can just transfer you my Jericho workout. Is there a way to do that?
They said you can't like actually transfer them in the system, but they said you could just give people your wristbands.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, well, I don't know. What workout did you pick? Yeah.
Well, I've got to be for the Jericho workout because the one that's actually like the workout that you pick is when the test group's going to be meeting. I don't know when are they doing the one you earn? Is it on Thursday or something?
Oh, no, I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the test group didn't even get into the Jericho workout that you pick.
So you are doing the Jericho one then? You're doing the Jericho one in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I'll just keep that one. A lot of my girls are doing Chris Downing, so maybe if I can like find someone that did Chris, then I will just go with them. But who knows?
They're all usually right there, like they're right there next to each other usually.
Yeah. I don't know.
So.
So I sent you the stuff about the groups. I'm gonna hop off, but
Okay.
I should probably stay on Power Hour. But I'm just gonna Power Hour tomorrow. I hate my phone.
I did a lot of inviting and stuff. I got a lot of freaking no's.
Oh, I forgot to stop recording.
yeah, I noticed that.